A relationship, whether that's with your family, your friends, or a partner, they should always be building you up and not breaking you down. If you find yourself in a relationship that you feel like you're selling yourself short, you feel like you're always prioritizing them, you feel like you're going against your soul, that's a clear sign that that relationship isn't meant to last. Because the harsh truth is, not every relationship is meant to last forever. Now, that's something really hard to admit, no matter what age you are, that someone that you care about, someone that you love deeply, is not meant to be in your life. But the thing is, real relationships, real love, real connections, they're supposed to challenge you. They're supposed to support you. And they're supposed to celebrate your wins. They're not the ones who are supposed to be bringing you down. They're not the ones who should be handing you those losses. Because a real relationship, when somebody sees that you're down, they're not going to be happy with you being down. They're not going to be happy with you sacrificing yourself, your well being, just for them. There's no relationship that's worth your peace, and you should always value your progress over a relationship. I want you guys to think of someone that you love truly and dearly, and I want you to just picture them in your mind. Now, would this person truly want you to be in a situation, in a space, in an environment that is not benefiting you? Do you think they would want you in an environment that is actively hurting your well-being and yourself and your soul? Do you think they'd be happy with you being in that type of environment? Because if they truly do care about you, they wouldn't want you there. So why do we as people continue to put ourselves in those situations, in those environments, in those relationships with people that are hurting our well-being? Now, when it comes to people who we love and care about, we always tend to see the good in them. No matter how much bad they're doing, we always see the good in them, and we want to be there for that side of them. We want to be there for them. But when it comes at the cost of yourself, when it comes to the cost of your soul, that's when it becomes degrading. One thing we always need to remember is prioritizing your growth and your progress is never a selfish action. Because love, it doesn't feel like a cage. It doesn't feel like you're trapped. Love is like you're a plant and you're being watered. Love feels like you're being cultivated into something better and bigger. And that's what a proper relationship and connection should do. It should be feeling like you're being built up, not being broken down. Because when you are being broken down in those relationships, that's when you know that it's not right. Connections, friendships, and relationships, all these, they're all just mirrors of yourself. I'm sure when you look at your best friend too, when you look at your family, you see yourself in them. And that's because they know you and you know them. They know your weaknesses and your strengths. They can point out places where you can improve and places where you've been excelling at. And that's why it's so important to have real, genuine connections with people, because those relationships won't work as mirrors. They're going to work as masks. They're going to want to put a mask on you. They're going to want you to stay the exact same, because when they see you doing good, they see all the parts of them that aren't doing good. They're happy with you not growing because they know themselves that they aren't growing. But once you start going up, once you start elevating yourself, achieving all these things, they're seeing all the things that they're not achieving. They're seeing everything that they're lacking in their life. And that's when they start to push all these projections onto you. Those type of relationships, they're not going to want to see you as a mirror, because they don't want to see that mirror. They're going to want to put a mask on you. But real relationships, they'll see your progress and your growth, and they will be happy. They'll be happy inside. When you guys see your family and your friends doing well, you guys genuinely feel happy yourselves, because when they're happy, you're happy too. And that's the same with fake relationships and non-genuine relationships. When they're doing bad and they see you doing bad as well, that gives them a sense of safety and comfort. And comfort is one of the biggest mind fucks when it comes to relationships. So many people feel that just because they're comfortable around somebody, that means that they have a real and genuine connection. And that's just not true. That's not the case. In high school, we're always told that our friends in high school, we're probably not going to be friends with them after we graduate. When you're put in a room with somebody for 6 hours a day for like 13 years of your life, of course, you're going to feel comfortable with them. Of course, you're going to become friends with them. But once you're not forced to be in that space anymore, once you're out from each other and away from each other, you guys don't actively seek each other. You guys were only friends for each other's comfort. Now, that's not to say that growing apart from people and being friends with people just for their comfort is fake or anything. Because if anything, being able to have relationships based off comfort and still be able to, be on good terms despite you guys not talking or despite not seeing each other, that just goes to show that the relationship really was real. People who can see friends and relationships that split apart and realize that, everybody just goes on their own paths. People who can see that they're going to go a long way in life. And when you guys do find those real and genuine connections, you guys can spend months, years, weeks not talking to each other. But when you guys still come back together, you guys are still going to have that connection like nothing ever changed. Because love doesn't always mean spending every single second of the day with somebody. Love can mean letting go. Love can mean allowing somebody to grow. And when you guys are in relationships where you're just getting broken down, you don't feel like you're being appreciated. If you love yourself and if you love that person, you would realize that this situation is hopeless and there's truly nothing you can do in the moment. And the best thing you can do is split apart from it and allow each other to just grow separately. I know a lot of people get trapped in the cycle of, helping somebody out, and then they continue doing their bad deeds, and then they come back, and it's just a horrible cycle that you go through, and it's really mentally draining. And when you start, considering if you guys should leave or something, you start feeling selfish for it. You start feeling bad for choosing yourself. And that's a trap I see too many people fall into. I'm sure we've all actually fallen into that trap before. But we always need to remember that relationships are supposed to be building each other up, not one person builds the other up while the other tears each other down, or you guys both tearing each other down. You're supposed to be growing together. And when you guys do find those relationships where you guys are building each other up together, all that's going to do is strengthen your mind, strengthen your body, strengthen your spirit. It's going to strengthen everything. And learning discernment and being able to tell who around you is real and who around you is fake, that's a great skill to have. You'll start surrounding yourselves with like-minded individuals, and you won't just go up individually. You guys will go up together as a collective. It's not just one person going up, two people going, bro, it's going to be the whole group going up. And isn't that the most beautiful thing? All your whole group, all your whole family going up together. But the sad truth is, we can't achieve that without first learning the hard lessons about real and fakeness, about real relationships that are meant to last forever and relationships that are only meant to be for a short time. And I will say this again because I don't feel like I've, really covered it enough. But those short relationships that you have with people, like those school relationships that you guys just had over comfort or anything, those relationships, it doesn't mean that those relationships were fake, disingenuous, or, they didn't mean anything to you, because those relationships still happen. You guys did still have that connection. Just because they were there for a small time doesn't mean that they weren't impactful or you didn't have love for them. Everybody has a purpose in their life. Every relationship serves a purpose, and every relationship you guys should take as a lesson, even if it's a short relationship that you had so much love for them, even if it's a short relationship, a short friendship. You guys should still take it as a learning lesson because you did have love for them and you did end up finding something new. The outcome, you didn't expect that outcome, so what did you learn from it? What could you do better for next time? That's the real value in relationships, You don't repeat your same mistakes because you already went through them. But some people, they're going to be stuck in that cycle of being in relationships just because it feels comfortable. There's going to be so much people like that, and you're going to come across so many people like that in your life. Now, my advice for you guys who are dealing with these types of relationships, these type of connections, is to just start distancing yourself. You don't have to outright cut this person off from your life, but start distancing yourself from them, because really, how do you expect to become a king if, you're always around peasants? And that's not to say that, these guys are peasants or anything. It's just an analogy. Because seriously, how do you expect yourself to elevate and grow as a person if you're constantly putting your attention and energy into people who are beneath you and don't want to rise up? People who aren't helping your growth but stagnating it. But yeah, relationships, they're supposed to build you up and not break you down. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like or something. Actually, drink water. Yeah, drink some water. That'll make me happy. That will genuinely make me happy if you guys, get a glass of water, bro. You can never stay too hydrated. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, I really appreciate you guys. And, I'll see you on the next one.